And mostly you walk through on a road that's very well kept by Waterdeep or by the Empire. I'm not really sure who does these things around here. And the first day is really nothing major is happening. Every now and then a caravan comes your way from Medlark and goes to Waterdeep. You're basically walking through the steps of the Desserin Valley, and if there anything you want to do, you want to look out for on the way there.
I just have a question. What about the season, the weather? Is it cold? I don't know. How's the
it's
environment,
around
the landscape?
Around springtime. I try to keep the seasons just as in our world.
Mm-hmm.
Do we ever have a chance to speak to some of the people in the caravan and ask them if they know about anything about the cult at Slumber Hills?
If you talk to someone in a caravan, you actually get some people that are from Medlark themselves. You have a few guys sitting on a wagon, and behind them are stone slabs of marmor or other precious stones. And you have this one guy. He's got a hood on. He's steering the wagon and looks down. What kind of instrument, by the way? Are you carrying any instruments? Since
I am carrying a lute.
A lute. All right, great. He looks down as you're coming from him, and maybe you're waving him down, and he goes a little slower. What can I do for you?
Shit. Oh there. Where have you come from? What
Directly from that lodge with all the marmor slabs here.
We've been sent on a bit of a journey to try and find somebody at Slumber Hills. And we've heard that there's a cult up there. Do you have any knowledge of that? Could you tell us anything about it? Maybe?
Oh, I'm telling you, there are all these crazy people around at night. See, whenever there was a big order from Waterdeep, we were cutting the stones all day, all night. But now in the nights, there are people watching us in the quarries. So we have to be really careful now about when we do our stonework. And I'm pretty happy to get out of town a little.
Has there been any violence from these folk?
No, nothing. They're just standing there staring at us.
Can you point which way over?
Well, he wanted to say that when they're standing in the quarries themselves, the workers often see like figures staring at them.
Are they like surrounding the quarries or off in a particular direction? North, south, east, west?
It's just one or two guys sometimes. Way back in the darkness, and you see these figures staring at you.
Interesting.
Has anyone gone missing?
Well, not that I can think of, no.
What's going on with this accent?
Scary.
What's going on with this accent? It's gone from like Northern England back to your default German, and now it's sounding like it's Indian.
Well, I've been traveling a lot.
All right, my well-traveled friend. Thank you for the information.
Yeah, sure. And he gets the wagon rolling again.
Keep walking.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Just keep swinging?
Swimming.
Oh, all right.
Swimming.
Okay.
I mean, you probably shouldn't be swimming. We're supposed to be on land.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you've ended up, but we're on a road, so...
Yeah. Like a frog out of water.
Hey-yo! I might have a map for this. Is that the map I'm looking for?
So he said you were about 2 days from Waterdeep, right?
Yeah, right. And you're currently traveling on you could also... We could roll our first check of the entire campaign. That would be fun. How about you guys make... let me look. What kind of check That's my.
I think Fneb should do the rolls since she's way lucky with rolls.
Oh God. Oh
Yeah.
God.
When
So
you saw that
wait,
lasers and feelings.
What
one.
are we checking? Perception? I feel like.
History would be the best here.
Oh, I have history.
So do
I
I.
don't. Is that intelligence?
I don't know why, but I have it.
History
have,
is an intelligence. Yeah.
I have.
So how do I roll? Well, I just have. I think if I click its story, it's.
History. Yeah, just click on it. It should be rolling then. So, and I don't know if everyone has played the game already. You see two values here now, and in this game you can do a normal roll, which would be just one dice, or you can roll with advantage and disadvantage. And advantage gives you 2 dice and you pick the best, while disadvantage gives you 2 dice and you pick the worst.
Okay.
So if you just roll a normal roll, you just pick the first number, and else you already have the values for advantage and disadvantage.
Okay. Maybe
Fneb
I should roll for this check because I've got
Lucky
+3 I've got +3 to history. So
Oh yeah, you can all roll for history just to see if you
okay.
can if you have it on your mind.
So what did we just see? Some ruins or ancient buildings?
Clemo and what's his face? Akano.
Yeah, in roll 20 you can choose whether you roll as your character or as the player.
Yeah, I just changed mine.
How do you change that?
Underneath
just
the
under
text box, you've got
yes.
as, and it'll be your name.
Okay.
Yes.
You can
There you
set
go.
your
Okay, I fixed
character
it.
name.
Does that mean I get a reroll? That wasn't me.
But
What is this?
So yeah, Akano and Clemo as well. Both of you guys remember that you've once heard the name The Long Road, since this is one of the longest well-kept roads around the Sword Coast. It's a big trade route, and you also know that Red Larch is like the first major stop on this road if you start out from Waterdeep, and a lot of caravans and travelers and people just come through there all the time. So it's a rather small town, like 40 buildings maybe. It's pretty well. The people there know how to deal with travelers and how to and have a big inn and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And of course, for role playing, while now Akano and Clemo know this because they have rolled higher than the other two, your characters know this, but now
I once ate.
Yeah, now you can either choose to share it with everyone, or Lux and Kiatna don't know it. That's the part of role playing. Yeah, the first day comes to an end. You're pretty much out in the open right now. It's the steps all around. There may be some few trees around. What do you do for the evening?
Well, for me, I just first eat a day of ration from my burger pack, since I have 5 days of rations. And well, these rations have to be cooked, I guess, or
Not necessarily, no. They could just be dried fruit, beef jerky, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just head over towards some of the trees and just see if there's any good spot where we can just sort of make a small pseudo campsite where we can just be in sort of a more comfortable location for sleeping for the night.
Yeah, sure. Is anyone proficient in nature?
Me?
I think Lux has something, maybe.
Lux might be.
It's
not
survival, I
proficient in
guess.
it,
No?
Just gotta check your core.
Where's nature? Oh yeah, I
It's
see it.
underneath medicine.
So you're not proficient, but you rolled. So it just rolled. Okay. Yeah, Neroli has absolutely no problem figuring out where's a good campsite and sets up a small fire if she wants to, and between a few between a few trees that stand together, there's no problem making a campsite.
I kind of a nearby tree, not too far, because I want to be able to get some warmth from the fire. But nearby tree underneath that, I kind of like make sure there's no roots, no stones underneath, and then I set up my bedroll there. So
Okay,
I'm
great.
have a nice little space to lie down, and then I
I'm
come
actually
sit by the fire.
more comfortable being up in the tree. So how I don't know. Am I able to do that? Am I able to set up like a little hammock up in the trees? How big are these trees?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay.
It's not the biggest trees, but there wouldn't be a problem to find a nice fork to sleep
support
on.
myself. Okay, cool. So that's what I do, and then once I'm finished that, I kind of shimmy back down and sit by the fire that we've started.
All right.
Well,
Do
I tried
you
to
have
find.
any?
I tried to find
Yeah,
a
sure.
good spot, but not really close by the fire. Since I'm a frog, I
Would just dry you out horribly.
I'm not interested really in this kind of temperatures like that. But yeah, I just set my bedroll, not too far, not too close, and just sit. Sit on it and just watch the sky.
Does
So
anyone?
I'm sitting down next to the fire,
progression?
and I'm kind of occasionally just from my water skin, just putting little bits of water in my hand, just flicking it at the frog, like mockingly.
Oh, I've
So, did you just throw water on me? Or I'm not sure.
Well, you're a frog. I don't want you to dry out, do I? Won't be any use to us then.
Well, as I see Kiatna, I'm not that much confident, so I'll just say thanks. They just lie down as before.
You're welcome, frog friend.
I've set up my bedroll pretty close to the fire, and I've just got my my pack at where I would rest my head, and I'm just sort of laying there with my hands behind my head, just looking upwards, and I turn my head, look at Kiana, and say, leave him out of it, please. Don't do that. Don't tease him.
I pause for a moment and just kind of stare at you, contemplating.
I try and hold the stare for a while, but I just sort of break eyesight because I'm a bit nervous.
You go Diego now.
Yeah, look at my intimidation roll. You're not keeping eyesight. Okay. I after you've kind of looked away, I fasten up the top of my water skin and put it back in my backpack and get my knife out and my dagger and just kind of spin it around like the point on the end of my finger, and still kind of looking in your direction.
In an attempt to diffuse the tension, I ask for a song. Do we have a song?
I don't know how to sing. I'm a storyteller.
Okay, it's story
then. Entertain us.
Meanwhile, I just try to cook the one ration I have. Meanwhile, the story is.
Oh yeah, do we have any other food? Should we maybe try to hunt something?
You can, sure.
I think we could, yes.
I'd have thought being next to a well-kept road animals would steer clear.
I'm not going to be much use hunting because my main weapon is a glaive. I can't exactly run up close to an enemy and I don't have a bow and arrow or anything. Yeah. Just going to charge in with this massive heavy weapon.
Not terribly small.
I do have javelins actually. I could hunt with javelins.
Oh, there you go. Let's spear a small creature with a javelin.
So you're maybe about 150 meters from the main road, so you could absolutely try to hunt something like a rabbit or anything if you want to, Lux.
Just to, for my benefits, what are the rules with using up ammo-based weapons? Because I know that in the rules, you can recover half of the ammo you use. Is that the same for javelins?
No, for javelins, I usually let the player roll, and on what did I do last time? On 10%, the javelin breaks, I think. So on a roll on the 20-sided dice, it would be a 2 down if the javelin breaks.
All right, I have a question along the same lines. I have darts. but I don't know, like, what's my default starting number of darts? Like, do I just have
should be 20 usually.
Okay.
And after combat, you always retrieve half of what you shot.
Okay.
Do these rules apply, for example, daggers or short swords, like
If
thrown
you want
weapons?
if you want to throw them at somebody, then maybe.
I
That's
mean,
what I'd assume.
is there like also a 10% break chance, or?
For daggers, I wouldn't
like
say
if
so,
you
no.
like if you have a sword and you just throw it at somebody, like what sort of roles are applied to that?
Well,
I think that's an improvised weapon.
I checked because I already asked myself the question. For if you try to throw a weapon that it's not weapon throwable, it's not weapon throwable for the weapon. You consider it as an improvised weapon. I saw that.
Exactly.
So the die is different. It's a 1d4 or something.
But generally, I wouldn't recommend throwing a short sword away.
Well, sometimes 5 daggers, I'll throw daggers, of course.
So yeah, just use the daggers and we'll never run into the problem.
So
I 200 great sword.
I take my javelins. I leave my glaive behind, next to my bedroll. But I still have my 2 axes like on loops on my belt, and I reconceal my dagger, so I've got it on my person. I take a few of my javelins and like stand up. I look over at Lux. What's your character again? What's you called?
Neroli?
Neroli. I look over at Neroli and go like, look over and like, you look like you're in the wild. You belong in the wild. Should we go hunting?
I shrug and I kind of get up from where I am and motion for you to lead the way.
What time is it?
It's like the sun is slowly setting, but you probably have 2 more hours of sun.
I've got dark sight myself.
So you can actually.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've got dark vision as well.
Ooh.
I don't.
We should be traveling at night. What are we doing?
We could, but then we'd have to.
Put the frog on a leash and let's go.
So I kind of motion for Neroli to go ahead. You're the one skilled in the wilds. Perhaps you should lead the way.
All right, fine. I think I saw.
Throw a nature check.
Me?
Yep. If you want to find something to eat that's still living. Absolutely. You find some deer tracks, I think, that lead into behind some trees. You would think there are some trees like another 200 meters away, and after you've searched for like half an hour, okay, maybe around or behind there should be some deer you can hunt.
Okay, so I kind of like, without words, motion towards the group of trees and start kind of like sneaking off towards it.
I guess I enter stealth. That's the thing I can do.
Yeah, absolutely. You can both enter stealth.
Oh, that's fancy.
Do we need to roll for that? Do we click on the stealth ability?
Yeah. Enter stealth.
We do.
Me too.
No one sees me. I am the shadow amongst
completely
the
invisible.
Also,
you're the shadow in the
kind
sun
of armor are you wearing, Kjartner?
I'm unarmored.
Unarmored. All right. Okay.
Yep.
So once you get close to this group of trees and bushes, you see 3 deer darting out to the right, running clearly away from you. But they're probably in around, I think, 30 to 35 meters distance.
Meters, not feet. That means they're out of range.
I don't, no. What would be the range on javelins?
I think it's 60 feet. Hang on, weapons.
Because I had in mind 90.
I think there's a.
Oh yeah, it's range 30/120.
Yeah, all right. 120 feet would be around 40 meters.
Okay. So just to check with the rules, is that how does the 2 numbers work? in terms of 30 slash
The
120?
first is the core range, and that's just a normal attack. And between core range and max range, you attack on disadvantage, and over that you can't attack. So
Okay.
it would be an attack on disadvantage.
Okay, that's fine. I see them running off. I stand up with a spear ready, and I throw it at them.
Yeah, sure.
So is that dex for that if it's thrown?
You should just have an attack roll ready with your weapon. Let me check your character sheet.
I've got the damage.
Yeah,
type.
normally if you drag and dropped weapons in the equipment section, normally it's
Okay, so
Yeah,
you just
see?
click the
You can-
click
you
the
can
javelin.
just
I
click-
figured that maybe to cause damage. So I just do that. Yeah. So my
Yeah,
lowest roll
exactly.
is 16.
Wow, yeah, right, great. So you bam, chuck this javelin through the air, strong arm it, flies straight as an arrow, and hits one of the deer in the side. Roll for damage. It's 1d6 plus 2. Can
Oh,
you just
creature.
click that as well?
Can I just click that? That's the same roll.
Okay, then just type roll
Yeah.
1d6 plus 2. All right, and one of the deer falls back. It's heavily limping. One you clearly have hit some kind of muscle that slows it down now, and it's bleeding from one side. And you can pretty quickly get up to it.
Okay, I charge it, and I as I'm doing so, I've got my 2 remaining spears in my left hand. My right hand, I pull my axe out from like one of my small axes, and then just charge it and lift it up above my head, and just bring it down on top of its neck.
As we see the blood splatter all over Kiatna, what are the other two doing in the light of the fire?
I've decided to take out my lute and just start playing it casually. Just
Oh, now
Strong
you play a song.
Yeah, now he plays.
I see how it is.
Yeah, all right.
playing a few notes every once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, and me, I started eating my ration, and then after that, I quietly sharpen my weapons.
What? Oh, you have some daggers and a short sword, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Kiatna stands up over the now dead deer, blood all over her face and torso. Warlux is now catching up to her.
I'm looking on in complete horror because that's not at all how I would have taken down a deer. I would have done it very humanely.
I kind of, and I'm looking at you in the eye and putting my axe back in the belt loop. I pulled the spear out. I haven't bothered to clean my weapons or myself up yet. I pulled the spear out, put it back in my hands, put them on put all 3 of my spears down on the ground, so both my hands are free. And then with both hands, I just basically pick up the deer and lump it over my shoulder. Pick up the spears,
Over your shoulder.
and just kind of make my way back to the camp and stare at Neroli as I go past. You wanted deer,
Okay.
didn't you?
I guess that works. I just follow her, like shaking my head.
I just imagine Kiatna when you say you charge, like looking at the deer. This is war! And just rushing at the deer and
Full vendetta. It's just like, no, please.
Basically.
like forget stealth mode, and that's all.
I mean, I'm a berserker. Don't forget, I'm in my element, charging and screaming in.
Yeah.